What's up, everyone? Greetings from the desert. We've got a Bible passage which makes those of us who are prosperous a little bit nervous. It's 1 John 3:17 through 18. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need, has no pity on him, how can the love of God be in that person? Dear children, let us love not with words or speech, but with actions or truth. Now, those of us who are blessed with material possessions, and that means most Americans, does that mean that we need to sell everything we have and ship all the money to Pakistan or Bangladesh or something? Or what does that mean? It's troubling, and it should kind of poke at our conscience a little bit. But I really do believe, with the grace of God, what this means is that we ought to be creative with what we have and get the most out of it and be able to share it as much as possible. Now, this may not be the world's best illustration, but Craig and Nancy Wolbert are two of our favorite wellies, and we went out for dinner with them and John and Gigi Hart and their families last night. And Craig pretended to go to the bathroom and picked up the check and paid for everybody. Now, that's sharing creatively and joyfully. We didn't expect that. We expected to be writing separate checks and the whole thing, and he just took care of it. And that is a way of sharing what you have with others in a joyful and fun way. We've got a trailer out here in the desert. We've got a travel trailer, and we've got a live-in kind of old trailer. Both are very, very, very old, and we spend most of our time keeping them up. But occasionally when we see people with interest in the desert, we give them a key and say, hey, use it anytime we're not there. And the idea of being generous with what we have, having hospitality, it doesn't mean if you own a factory that you ought to, and somebody else doesn't have a factory, you give that factory to them. It doesn't mean that, because when you have a factory, you have an opportunity for blessing your workers by paying them well, by taking good care of them, by caring for them as people, not just as cogs in the machine, so to speak. And we have lots of creative opportunities. So I guess what this comes down to is feeling guilty about this and doing nothing doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. But those of us who are blessed with material possessions, lend them out. I had a tool yesterday, and up the street there was a guy who needed that tool, and turns out I needed one of his tools, and we met halfway, switched, and got our stuff done and returned the tools to each other, and there we go. That's what it's all about. It's reciprocity. If you're blessed with stuff, share it, and share it creatively, and share it joyfully. Think of ways that you can be more hospitable and less kind of grabby and keeping stuff to yourself and stingy and all that kind of stuff. Generosity, generating, making stuff better for everybody else. If you've got good stuff, share it with other people in ways that make them happy and make you happy. That's the good news for today, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.